Hi, welcome to How to Change the Oil on a CRF230L. Real quick, what you want to do is get about 1.1 quarts, US quarts of oil available. Whatever you pick is up to you. That's a controversial topic. But have some there, have a drain pan available, have a 24 millimeter socket, and with an extender or an adapter if you don't have a 1/2 inch socket driver, if your socket comes in that size. And that's pretty much it. What I like to do is I like to put the bike in first gear so that it's less likely that it will scooch back and forth whenever you stand this thing straight up to check the level. And ideally don't do it when it's hot and muggy like it is today. But here we go. So I went ahead and already ran the bike for probably about 5 minutes. Actually, I ran out to get some tools to do this. And so it's going to be a little bit hot. Hopefully I won't scorch my fingers. But the idea is that it gets the oil a bit more viscous so it'll drain more easily. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and locate this bolt down here on the bottom. It is it's a drain plug. But these CRF230s, what they do is they not only have a plug, okay, all right, if it's stubborn, you can use a little rubber mallet to help scooch it along. An impact driver would work well on an air hose too. There we go, that broke it free. And the oil's starting to come out now. Now with the CRF230L, you don't have a canister oil filter, it's just an oil screen, which is why they want you to change the oil more regularly. The service manual for mine says every 2,000 miles. Now there's a spring inside, and I've got a fairly shallow pan here, so it's not likely that I'll lose anything. But there we go. Can you see there's the screen and the gasket. And it just loves to dump this oil all over your little frame down tube there. But we'll let it drain out. And there's not much here. I mean, it's only 1.1 quarts unless you do an engine rebuild. And it's already draining pretty quickly. In the meanwhile, I'll go ahead and loosen up the cap, the fill cap, because that'll reduce any additional pressure to allow it to flow out. Now what you want to do is you want to be careful not to lose that little O-ring. You inspect it, make sure it's in good condition. I'm just going to leave that right there for now. And we'll go ahead and give this thing a few minutes and we'll come back as soon as it's done draining. Okay, it's just about drained out here. You can see just a couple more drips, no big deal. Real quick, so the screen, you want to now take a look down in the screen and see if you can find any particulates, any kinds of flakes or, you know, God forbid, chunks of steel that have dropped down in there. I don't see anything, but you see how thick that screen is. It's just not going to catch very much. That's why they have you change the oil more frequently, every 2,000 miles. So you look again real carefully, make sure that you're not getting anything from your fingers onto it as well. I don't see any metal flakes. I'm rubbing it against my skin here. I don't see anything coming off of my fingers. I also like to check the oil. I like to smell it. I like to feel it, see if there's anything there that is wrong. It's not too viscous. But it's not too thin either, so that I don't see any gasoline in there. Here, let me point the camera. I don't see any rainbows other than me just kind of bringing up a little bit of sediment. And so it looks really, really good. Feels right. I don't feel any metal filings or anything. So I think she's good to go. What I will do now is I will put a brand new rubber washer around this, and I will repack the filter into the spring and put the cap back on, and we'll put new oil in. All right, the order that you put the stuff back together in is obviously really important. So the cap and the O-ring then comes before the spring, which comes before the strainer, pointing outwards. So again, memorize that, keep that in mind. This, by the way, is out of the Honda service manual, the official manual, which is really a good idea to have with any bike you have. So let's give that a go. All right, it should be strainer, spring, O-ring, and cap, just like that. Engine's still a little warm. There we go, finger tighten it. "15 Newton meters or 11 foot-pounds. All right, let me see if I can get this one down. How's that? Is that about right? Actually, a little bit more. I'm gonna check it with my hand just to see if it feels about right. Oh yeah, it's good. All right, let's fill up some oil. Okie dokie, so we need to put 1.1 US quarts in. The oil that I've chosen is right here, and it looks like my container, actually I need to set it on the floor here, I can't show you very well. My container's got just over 1, I'd say it's 1 1/4 that's in here, so I don't want to put it all in because I'll be a little bit high, but need to be almost down to the bottom of this thing. So here we go. Somebody's playing with one of those Volvo Zila things out there in the neighborhood. Don't know if you can hear it. Hope we're not invaded by a soccer game. Alright, still got a ways to go. I have a tendency of putting too much oil in. I've done that a couple times, and you got to drain the rest, not all of it out, but drain the excess out. Now put the cap back in and make sure that I haven't put too much in. So the way you check the oil level on this bike is you go ahead and you put the cap on like that, but you don't screw it in, and then you stand the bike upright, check it that way. So I'm going to lean the bike about straight up like that, give it a moment. And actually I think that's pretty good. I think we got it right. So that's it. I'm going to go ahead and turn it on and let the blood flow through the bike a little bit, and then I'll check it again, make sure that I've got enough oil in it, and that's the process. Hope you enjoyed it. Good luck with yours.